How you move your body during pregnancy and how many endorphins you release during pregnancy will inform how your body processes and moves through birth in so many ways. Because if you're able to establish stronger core muscles, even stronger leg muscles, believe it or not, the muscles in your leg can actually really support you during childbirth. So if you really foster your strength as much as you can, as much as is healthy for you during pregnancy, then you can alleviate some of the discomfort, some of the fatigue, or a lot of the fatigue that can come with childbirth. So you do that through exercise. You don't even have to call it exercise. You can call it dance or hiking or swimming. You can reframe the word to something that you actually think of as enjoyable. It doesn't have to be exercise. And so one reason I love exercise is because, and I just talked about this, it releases endorphins, that hormone that makes you feel calm and sometimes even blissful, especially when you have a lot of them. They talk about that runner's high. It's because runners at the end of their run, they're flooded with endorphins and you almost feel like you're floating. And so your body releases endorphins when you're exercising and when you're in childbirth. It's very convenient. So as you exercise, and I want you to only do what feels good to you. Don't force yourself to do exercise that you hate. Remember that whole thing, like realize how it makes you feel after. If something makes you feel really good afterwards, do that. If you feel exhausted and sore afterwards, don't do that type of exercise. Do something else. And at the end of it, tune in to how it feels to have those endorphins moving through you. Notice where you feel it in your body. Notice how your mind feels, what it's thinking. Really tune in to your mind, body, spirit after an exercise. And tune into it during as well. Because sometimes when you're pushing yourself through something that at the time is a little bit uncomfortable, realize how good it feels to know, okay, this is a little bit uncomfortable, but there's something really sweet on the other side of it. And that can be correlated to what? In childbirth, right? You're moving through like surge that at the time was like, oh, this isn't the funnest thing I've ever done. But then you know that in between you'll have this really lovely lull where you can really enjoy the endorphins. And then at the end you have really the ultimate prize, right? Like this incredible baby. So really tune in to what it feels like to have endorphins flowing through you. And the way to do that is to exercise and to build it into your day. Because if we just think, yeah, I'll try to exercise this week, we're going to end up doing other stuff, right? So really make a commitment to yourself to every day, if possible, go move for like even just 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be some big, huge ordeal. And this is something that is incredibly important to check in with your care provider about, because you might have past injuries. You might, for some reason, need to be on bed rest. In that case, of course, you do need to take a break from exercise for a while. But just like your nutrition plan, create an exercise plan under the supervision of your care provider and know that you can actually make it kind of fun. I used to loathe exercise because I would always go on like these sprinting runs, and I realized like I don't like to sprint. I like to run really slow for a long period of time. And once I realized that and did that instead, I actually enjoyed getting outside and moving and running. I just needed that little tweak. So really tune into what works for you. What works for your best friend or your mother or your husband or whomever might not be what feels good for you for exercise. So trust yourself and do what feels good.